This is Providence Television International, the game changer. Yes, honestly, it's so nice to be with you again. It's so very nice to be with you. I want to say welcome to the program, all our viewers at home and abroad, particularly those in Europe, in the US, in Canada. We're beginning to have responses from New Zealand. Many people are calling in from New Zealand and Australia. I keep saying that. But we also have viewers from South Africa and the neighboring countries out there. So, but this is Emmanuel Egariba, and the program is Prime Movers. Today we have a very interesting guest, I must tell you. He's into fisheries and aquaculture, and this is professor at the University of Benin, Professor Oyesoje Nwagboje, Assistant Dean, actually, Faculty of Greek, University of Benin.
Thank you very much.
Now, let's talk about this young man's pedigree. The name Nwagboje is like a magic wand. Where is he coming from? We remember him as a son of the legendary professor, late Professor Solomon Nwagboje. I think the picture will show in just a moment. That's Professor Nwagboje. This is his son, the one we have in the studio, and is also a professor. So you can tell how rich his pedigree is.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, Professor Nwagboje, let's see the picture again, was the first professor of art education in the whole country.
Yes.
A great man, a great mind. He just flew past the horizon because he died at the age of 68. But he performed all that God asked him to do.
Yes.
And by the way, he was the vice chancellor or deputy vice chancellor to Professor Adamu Beiki,
Yes.
who was the second indigenous vice chancellor. Yes, that's Beiki there.
Yes.
Indigenous vice chancellor after Professor T.M. Yusufu.
Yes.
So they formed a good pair, really. Professor Adamu Beiki and Professor Solomon Nwagboje. So here we are. Excuse me. The program is Prime Movers. We are not talking about late Professor Solomon Nwagboje. We are talking about Professor Oyesoje Nwagboje, who is here with us in the studio. He's seen it all at the Faculty of Agriculture, which is at the University of Benin. We can show the picture of the gate there to show that we are talking about the University of Benin. That was the great Uniben. Yes. I'm also an alumnus, so I'm also very proud to talk about Uniben. Now, back to the studio.
Yes.
Yes, Prof, tell us, what is fisheries all about?
Well, it's a very broad term. When people hear about the term fisheries, it's like they only go to maybe like the culturing part of fish, how you grow fish, how you eat it, how you market it, but it goes beyond that.
Beyond that,
there are so many aspects, so many branches of the whole subject matter. You have fisheries economics, you have post-harvest, you have ecotoxicology, which is my field, and then you have so many other fields. But all together, you also have fisheries management. But all together, they come under fisheries and aquaculture and fisheries management. Yes, in the capsule. Yes. Yes, so it goes beyond.
So that's the department.
That really? Department itself, yeah, and the practice itself, aquaculture and fisheries management, the field itself. Yes, yes.
It's quite wide.
It's quite wide, exactly. Yes, quite wide.
No, don't hit your hand on the table.
Okay, fine.
Please.
All right.
Thank you very much.
Thanks so much.
Yes. So fisheries.
Yes.
Let's zero in on fish farming.
Fish farming, fine.
For instance.
Okay.
What do you tell fish farmers on a program such as this?
Well, I will tell them that it's an alternative source of income.
Okay.
Yes. For those who are already have a 9-to-5 job, nothing stops them from venturing into fish farming. And for those who want to start off, they can also do same. Yes. The only challenge they will have is the area of feeding, because of cost of feeding and all. But that can be overtaken because of many research going on now into alternative feed input. I'll drive down the input of feed. I'll give you more profit at the end of the day. But on a general scale, it is profitable. Yes, it is. Yes.
What do you tell your students? Are you gearing them towards fish farming?
Oh yes. Gearing towards fish farming and also employers of labor. Yes. Because in opening a fish farm, you start small, then you can now go beyond that and also employ more hands. Yes, because you can't do it alone.
Yes, that's true.
Expansion, you bring in more hands, and that's empowering people through employment. Yes.
How do you feel when occasionally you hear of graduates of agriculture looking for white-collar jobs?
It's kind of funny because let me take the case of University of Benin now. We train them to be employers of labor. Yes. So if you go out there looking for white collar jobs, it's kind of an aberration because we're giving you everything that you need to succeed in life. Yes, so it's an aberration actually. Yes.
Do you follow up on their intentions?
Yeah, we do. Yes, we do that. We have this feedback mechanism for all graduating students and all that. So we have actually trained them to be employers of labor and to be self-sufficient. Yes. So if they go seeking white collar jobs, all well and good, but they have the capacity to be on their own. Yes,
exactly.
From the very beginning. Yes,
exactly.
Yes, that's it. Yes.
Why doesn't Uniben? I don't know. You can prove me.
I'll prove you right for
yes. Why doesn't Uniben have a good and large farmland for fisheries, for instance?
We do have that. In fact, right now we have this our existing farm project, which we are now expanding under the leadership of our current dean and the current VC. We are going to full integrated farming now.
Where is that? Inside Uniben?
Yeah, inside Uniben, yes. Oh. So it's not just fish now. We're going to have rabbits. We're going to have rabbitry. Yes, we're going to have snail. We're going to have, of course, cow meat. It's a full integrated system. So it goes beyond just rearing fish now.
Is that going commercial?
Well, we started sales so far for our eggs, and poultry and but we're expanding. We just started now, and then back to the issue of aquaculture now. I mentioned about our feeding now.
Yes, that's right.
We are now going to the production of black soldier fly. They produce this maggot that are very rich in protein, which can now incorporate into fish feed.
That's cheaper.
Yes, apparently. It drives down the cost of feeding. Yes, and of course gives you better output and better profit at the end of the day. So we're into that. We're spearheading that. Also training students in that area too. So with that, what we're doing now is a pilot program. Based on this, we'll now sell our idea to the public. Yes, so they can pick up from there. Yes, it's going to be a game changer.
Oh,
yes.
A game changer.
Oh, yes, yeah, it is. Yes, it's going to be.
Oh,
yeah.
I hope you know the implication of that. We are also the game changer.
Yeah, it's going to be. Why I say game changer is the sense that this maggot itself is not only for fish feed. You can use it for poultry feed too. Yes. Any livestock you're running, this larva can be incorporated into their feed. Yes. So that drives down cost of production. Yes. That's the general
Thank you very much, Prof.
It's a pleasure.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Well, let's talk about fish farmers, for instance. Right. What challenges do they face ab initio?
Okay. Number one is accessing what we call reputable hatcheries. Hatcheries are those places that produce fish seed, like your juveniles, and the young stages of fish where you buy to stock your pond. There are so many of them out there that are not doing the right thing. Yes, okay. So if you visit such hatcheries, you will end up buying unhealthy fish. Yes. So you're going to have problem right from day one when you stock your so-called ponds. So we say collect your fish seed or juveniles from reputable hatcheries. Yes, because when you follow that part, most likely you're going to collect healthy juveniles to stock your fish pond. Yes, that's number one challenge. Number two, like I said, is feeding. Yes, fish, commercial fish feeds now are very expensive.
Yeah,
very expensive. But that's what scares most farmers out of practicing aquaculture. Yes, so like I said earlier,
but they say that fish are omnivorous.
Not all of them.
Not all of
them.
The
most commonly cultured one here in our climate is catfish.
Yeah, can we see catfish?
Yeah, that's catfish. Clarias gariepinus.
Yes.
That's the logical name. Yeah, that is actually omnivorous. It can feed on both animal material and plant material.
Oh.
Yes, but even at that.
Is this localized?
Yes, this is the number one culture feed in Nigeria today.
Oh, good.
Next to it is tilapia. But if you visit most fish ponds around now, this is what you see them growing. Yes.
Can we have a picture of the typical fish pond there?
Okay.
Yes.
These are concrete tanks.
Concrete tanks. Yes.
Concrete tanks. There are other various facilities for rearing fish. You have tarpaulin, you have plastic, but what you have on the screen now is concrete tanks. They're concrete tanks.
Yeah. This high-profile commercial.
You can see there's so many ponds. So with this kind of thing, they're making a lot of profit. You can see a lot of the output is a lot.
It's a lot.
Yes.
Look at this. This is concrete.
This is concrete too. Yes.
Oh,
very good.
This is amazing. This is amazing.
But we're moving away from this anyway. Most thanks to technology now, we're actually moving away from concrete tanks. Yes, like I said, you have tarpaulin tanks. They are movable.
Oh yes, and collapsible too.
Collapsible too.
Oh,
so if
okay,
you are
okay.
renting property, for example, and you have finished enjoying your fish,
Oh,
you can collapse
yeah.
it and move on.
Move
yes,
on.
you know.
Yes, yes.
But concrete tanks are more for permanent structures. Like you have your own property, it's for you. You can mount that up.
And it's for large scale farming.
For large scale farming too. Even
Okay.
tarpaulin also for large scale too.
Oh really?
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
I have a farm too. Yes.
Oh, yeah, you should have.
I
Yes.
use tarpaulin all through. Yes. Yes.
Oh.
We don't use concrete. Tarpaulin all through. Yes.
Mm.
That's it. So it's quite profitable. It is.
That's
it is.
good.
It
That's
is.
very good.
It is. Okay.
So I want
Yeah.
you to advise fish farmers.
Okay.
Because we can't exclude that.
That's true.
On a program such as this. What are the things they need to do after starting?
Okay.
After starting their fish farms.
Fine. You don't just start a fish farm and then forget about training, and after you must submit yourself for training. There are so many training programs. Some of them are free. Some of them you pay just a stipend to attend. But you train yourself and keep training yourself, because every day new technologies evolve.
Oh yeah.
That can actually help you improve on your business. So don't just say, because you learned this today, therefore I fold my arms. No, grow yourself, train yourself, attend programs, attend workshops, and you will see a great improvement in your output. Yes.
Well,
So,
do they need to
yeah.
buy fingerlings?
Some workshops, for example, offer
Yeah.
free fingerlings.
These are fingerlings.
Yes, that's it. Yes, they do offer free, maybe like 100 or 80 or 50, as the case may be, depending on how the size or what they have in mind for their attendants.
Yes,
yes.
yes.
But the key issue here is training. They shouldn't run away from training and retraining. Yes, it will cost them nothing. At the end of the day, they'll be the one smiling to the bank. So the as case may be. Yeah, it's all about money.
That's good. That's good.
It's all about self-sustenance.
Oh, yes, that's
it.
right.
Yes.
Oh, I
Yeah.
like this.
Yeah.
I like this.
Okay.
I'm sure that after this program, a lot of
Yeah.
people will now develop interest.
They should.
in
I encourage them
fish
to.
farming.
I encourage them to.
What of people
Yeah.
in residential houses? They can start small.
They can start small.
With
Yes.
about how many fingerlings?
Maybe 100 to begin with. Yes, depending on their capacity, and they can expand like that. Yes, yes. You can start with, like I said, one tarpaulin tank, and then expand, put another one, and then a row like that. And before you know it, you're booming. Yeah. You start small, and then you expand. Yes.
How long
like
does
most.
it take for fish to get to the table?
Usually 4 to 6 months. Yes, 4 to 6 months. Yes, as long as you are doing the right thing, and you're feeding them well, you are changing your water constantly, and you are maintaining what we call water quality management. You have to have sound water quality management, otherwise your fish will not do well. Why do I say that? Fish spend all their life in water, so the water is not within their admissible range. You're going to have problems of disease, stress, and of course mortality or death. Yes. You can lose
Are they very
your-
susceptible?
Oh, they are, yes. So if you're not doing the right farm management practices.
Okay.
Yes. For example, we say flush maybe every couple of days.
You flush out the
Flush
water.
water and replace with fresh water. Yes. you
Every
know.
2 days.
Every 2 days, yes. That's our general advice. If you're not doing that, your water is going to end up accumulating pollutants and contaminants that will end up
Because they are waste
yes.
products.
Exactly, yes. Waste products also inside the water, yes. So if water is polluted, of course, how can your fish survive there or do well? It becomes stunted. They counteract diseases and die at the end of the day, and that drives down your profit margin.
That's
yes,
true.
yes.
That's
So it's
true.
very, very important, you know. But,
Oh,
but in spite of all the challenges, I say encourage them to go into fish farming. Nothing stops them from going into they will overcome. Yes.
So
overcome.
let's see the picture of fish market, for
Okay.
instance. Yes, look at these species there.
Yes.
Are they all catfish?
No, these are mostly river fishes. These are river fishes. These are not most likely pond fish. These are not pond fishes. These are river fishes.
So you cannot grow this in ponds.
Except the recognized species like your coral gripinus and your tilapia species, you can grow those ones in ponds. You know, but you see all those ones, like go to your famous Yangan market now. Yangan market, I'm sure it's probably Yangan market or thereabout. They have mostly river fishes. Yes, and they go far to do Ethiop River and the rest of them to get river. You see pure river fishes, hardly cultured fishes. Yes, you know, so that's it. You know.
Yes.
These are more of
Catfish.
we have more fishes here. Yes, for sale. You know, this is like a foreign. These are foreigners. These are foreigners. Yeah. in foreign market.
Yeah, but
Boys,
obviously a fish market.
Yes.
A fish
But
market.
you can always tell from the cleaner environment.
Oh,
Our environment are never this tidy.
you can say that.
You can see the
again.
difference, yes.
You can say that.
It's definitely a
again.
foreign.
Yes, you can
picture,
say
yes.
that again.
Yes.
Well, thank you very much.
It's a pleasure.
We'll-
It's a
yes,
pleasure.
we'll,
Yeah.
let's talk about how much it can cost you.
Okay.
For instance, to
Okay.
have a small scale fish pond or
Okay.
whatever.
Okay. You can't really put a price on it right now because of the everyday increase in building materials, you know. But for me, I'll personally say you should go for tarpaulin. You know, there are many of our brothers across the Nigeria in Onitsha. They manufacture tarpaulin very good quality. Yes, so you can just give them a call, and give them your measurement, and they fabricate it and move it down to Benin or wherever you are, for you, and you start your business. Yes, you know, typically. Back then, a 10 by 10, 10 meter by 10 meters of no, is it 10 meter by 10 or 10 by 10 of tarpaulin? Then was about 150,000 naira.
Oh.
But I'm sure that's not it right now.
Mm.
I don't have the current prime, but it's definitely more than 200,000 right now.
Mm.
Yes, sorry, yes.
Yes.
It's definitely over 200,000. Then you talk about plumbing too. Of course, fishes need water now. Yes,
On a regular
I don't have it
basis.
now. How is your borehole like? You need borehole water. Yeah, you don't have existing borehole. You have to sink one. Yes, then piping and all that, you know, then feeding, you have to factor all of this in, you know. So at the end of the day, the prices will vary, like I said, based on the current market prices. So I can't really put a price on it now, but I won't say that should scare you off. No, that should not scare you off. Start small, then expand along the way.
Start
Yes.
small and think big.
Start small and think big. Yes. Because they say a journey of 1,000 miles, well,
Yeah.
begins with one step.
One
You
step,
start a little
yes,
bit and you move on from there. Yes,
Mm.
yeah, that's it. That's how any business is driven like that.
Oh,
Yes,
good.
yes.
Fantastic.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
Mm.
What are the fingerlings? About how many do you start with?
It depends on the size of your stocking facility. That's the size of your pond. Yes.
Yes, let's see
Yes,
the
let's
picture
see.
again of those
Okay,
fingerlings. Yeah, this can
Uh-huh.
serve a pond.
This can have a pond. Yes.
Okay.
You can stock as 300, 500
Mm.
of these at a time. As the juveniles itself, you know, like what I do now, like what I sort of recommend. I recommend farmers to go for the first generation juveniles
Okay.
because that's the generation, but the first generation.
What's the
tend to-
difference? I mean, I may know, for instance, what of our viewers? The difference
Okay,
between
the first children.
fingerlings
This is the first.
and the juveniles.
It's just their size.
Just their size.
Yes.
Oh.
Juveniles are longer. Yes.
Oh.
Finger like size of your finger.
Oh, yes,
finger,
oh, yes, oh,
yes.
yes,
Juveniles
oh,
size
yes.
longer than that. Yes, you know.
Mm.
But I normally recommend the first generation or juvenile because they tend to do better in terms of growth and general performance.
Mm.
Like in my own farm now, I use first generation fingerless only. Yes, because they tend to do better from experience. They do actually do better.
Mm.
Yes, you know. So that's my advice to farmers once again. Go for first generation fingerlings. Yes, for
Beautiful.
a good start.
Beautiful.
Yes.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Do you also advise people to have private ponds just for
For
feeding?
recreation.
No.
Or
Just
for
just
feeding?
for feeding.
Yes, they can. Yes,
Good.
yes, they can. Yes, nothing stops them from doing that.
Good.
Yeah, these are lovely concrete ponds on the
Mm.
screen. Nice, very good.
Oh, this is an expanse of land.
Oh yes. This is definitely a high output farm.
Hmm.
The high output.
So about how many
you know,
species do you have here?
It depends.
It depends.
It
Yes.
depends. Yes, it depends. Like in Nigeria now, we practice mostly monoculture. That is the culture of just one species.
Oh yes. Oh,
Although
yes.
you also have what you call polyculture.
Polyculture,
When you
yes.
put different species together. Yes, but
Yeah, do they survive together?
yes, they can because they have what you call different niches, different feeding columns in the water body. So there's no much competition. So occupy the top of the water, while those some occupy the bottom of the water. So there's no competition.
Mm.
Yes, as you know. But mostly in Nigeria, what we do is monoculture.
Mm.
Yes, for your catfish and rest of the usually monoculture.
But usually, I think
yeah.
you need to cover the ponds.
Yes, you do. Very
Yes.
important. But that's another advice. After stocking, that's like an advice fish farmer, for example. Now, after stocking, you should cover your ponds with netting material because
Against
of
predators?
predators. Number one, we call them a kingfisher bed. They are very dangerous. They can wipe out all your juveniles within an hour.
Really?
Yes. What happens is that one kingfisher can come, pick one fish, and come invite others,
Others to come and feast.
clean out the pond.
Oh, so you need to cover with netting.
Cover with
really?
netting, yes, exactly,
Oh,
yes,
yeah,
yes.
That's true.
And that also, the netting also protects the pond from leaf fall, leaves from trees and all that, you know.
So
So
they- to avoid contaminants.
contamination and all that, you know. So you screen up the surface of your pond, and yeah, you'll be fine from kingfishers and rest of them and other predators. Yes.
Do you need to put them under shades?
Ideally not. Ideally not, because we don't recommend, number one, siting them close to trees, because those trees are foraging places for your so-called kingfishers. These birds, the birds perch on these trees, and then they come and swoop in on your fish. So why have those trees around there? And secondly, the trees also provide shade. We don't need shade, because yes, I will explain that.
Yes, good.
In your natural, you see that, can you go back to that pond of just now? They had some, you can see the water is kind of greenish.
It's greenish, yes.
There's something making that pond green. They are called algae.
Algae, yes. Algae.
Or we call them phytoplankton. They're actually natural food for fish, and they need sunlight to grow. You know, so if you have trees shading off sunlight, why would they grow? So this, what we have here is perfect. You can see there are no trees around. It's completely open.
Oh yes.
You can see.
Oh yes.
So there's a maximum pressure of sunlight to make your algae grow. Yes.
Because in their natural habitat, there's no shade anyway.
No shade. It is natural. Like it's natural. Everything works out well. A good balance. So
a good balance. Yes. So the ecosystem is
always balanced.
Yes, always balanced. Yes.
Except when man comes to mess up the balance,
ecosystem.
They have problems. Yes. You see. So there we have it. Yes. Okay.
So let's talk about human consumption.
Okay.
Meat, fish.
Okay.
What do you prefer?
Personally, I can only speak for myself. I prefer fish because of my age. Yes. I'm becoming more health-wise now.
Yeah.
It's true. Too much of meat is not good.
Yes.
It leads to hardening of the blood cells or blood vessels, what's called arteriosclerosis.
That's right.
It can lead to heart problems, you know. But fish doesn't do that.
Oh.
So once you cross 40, we advise that you go for fish. Yes. Secondly, fish is also low in what? Sodium. Sodium is not good for the heart.
Salt.
Doctors will tell you that sodium is actually a component of salt. Yes. If you know of any hypertension patient, you may have told them that combo, slow down your salt intake. It's because of sodium. And what counteracts sodium is potassium. Potassium is gotten from what? Fruits and vegetables. So when you have a healthy balance of these fruits and vegetables, they are counteracting the effect of what? Sodium. So back to my subject, fishes are generally low in what? Sodium. Like your tilapia now, excellent. They are recommended for
tilapia.
Tilapia.
Okay.
Low in sodium, so they are good for those with heart problems. Yes. So, plenty health
benefits.
What
catfish?
Catfish too, yeah, but not as much as tilapia.
But it's very common.
Catfish is common because it's more acceptable than tilapia. But when we need to do some more of enlightenment vis-a-vis the health benefits, yes. But catfish is the most popular, like that.
Very popular,
very popular, yes.
Popular.
You know, the problem with tilapia,
very sweet too.
Yes, but the problem with tilapia is the issue of size. They don't grow as big as what you have.
And it's bony. Tilapia is bony.
They are bony all over. So you have to be careful with the bone. Unlike this one.
Yeah, this is not particularly bony.
If you go to any of these barbecue joints now, you're going to see catfish now, not tilapia.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Mostly yes.
You are into fish pepper soup?
Pepper soup, that. I do visit those joints sometimes. Out of leisure.
Oh yeah.
So you will see those catfishes, not tilapia. Yes, you could see catfishes. Yes. That's it. You know.
Thank you so much.
It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure.
I mean, this is quite. We are talking about advocacy.
Yes.
And enlightenment.
Yes.
And I'm sure that many people will be interested in what you have been saying.
Okay.
All right. So, but for the average potential farmer, what's the first into the pathway?
Okay.
Yes.
I would advise read up materials. That's why thank God for the internet these days.
Oh yes.
There's so many information on the internet you can dig up now and read through. You know. After that, like I said, attend workshops. You know, you can also have a farm by side and still be attending workshops. If you want to start afresh, also come to workshops and do some self-reading, self-empowerment. Nothing stops you from doing that. You will grow.
By the way,
yes.
Back at the Faculty of Agric,
yes.
Can they come? Can potential farmers come there and receive enlightenment?
They can come there to receive enlightenment under permission. Yes, they have the right to us and say they're coming, so that we prepare the ground for them.
You have a unit for that?
We have a unit. We have like my department now, aquaculture, with an experimental fish tank, which we use for teaching students. Yes. So we can organize private talks with them, with the agreement with the dean. We can also take them to our farm project. Okay. Yes, and it's fun. Right now, there's even a project going on, being organized by my dean, right, and the University of Benin. You know, this blackfly worm I told you about. It's expansive. There's even a program going on now that's sponsored by the World Bank also. Yes, free for farmers.
Do you have
potential fish farmers?
A special arrangement for guys like you to visit farms and
okay.
teach them?
Yeah, we do. like myself and most of my colleagues now, we do that sometimes, even voluntary. We don't get paid for it, but we just want to see you succeed in your venture. We go out and do that, you know, because as a lecturer, you are into teaching,
And
research, and one more thing, community development. How does your community feel your impact?
Yes, good.
So you go out there,
Yeah, town
yes,
and gown.
town and gown, bridge the gap, yes, bridge the gap, town and gown, yes. Yeah. So you go out there and tell them what to be done, how they should be doing it. If, for example, they are feeding their fishes like 5 times a day, which is wrong, you tell them which
How
is
many
like,
times a day?
the ideal time is twice a day.
Twice a day.
Yes, but if they are overfeeding, advise them. Yes.
What happens when they're overfed?
I go to pollute the water to
Oh,
begin
yeah.
with, yes. In fact, you go to waste feed, and that means wasting money. Yes, yes.
How do you know
yeah.
when fish are hungry?
Oh, fine. Ideally, you feed them twice a day, between 8 and 9 in the morning, and maybe 3 to 4 in the evening, right? You know, most of these feeds you see now are floating pellets, call them floating pellets. You know, when you feed them, they come up and consume them. Yes. So you feed them to a point when they stop accepting the feed. Yes. When they stop, at the point when they stop eating, it means they are satiated, they are satisfied. So you stop, so you don't pollute your water.
Oh,
yes.
And when
Very sensitive animal.
yes.
Oh, very sensitive animal, you know.
Yes, they are quite
You know?
sensitive. And when they are hungry, you can tell.
You can
they
tell
get
they are
agitated.
restless. Yeah, restless. So you must be specific with your feeding times. You know.
And by the way, they also know it.
They know it.
They
Yes.
know it.
When they see you coming towards the pond, they already know you're coming.
They know-
You see them splashing around.
Yes,
You know.
Oh, yes.
So
It's amazing.
maybe
I mean, nature is wonderful. right?
nature is wonderful. Yes.
Yes.
Nature is wonderful. So when it's time to feed, you see them splashing around. When they see you coming, they know they are waiting for your input of feeding. Very clever animal.
Very,
you know?
very.
It just shows you the wonderment of God. What God has made for us. You know.
It
It's
is really
wonderful.
wonderful. It's wonderful. This has been quite enlightening.
Thank you very
I'm
much.
particularly happy because it's a subject matter that touches my heart.
Thank you very much.
You know,
Yeah.
and there's a lot of profit margin.
Oh
for
yes,
it.
there is.
Yes.
There is.
Okay.
Yes.
So people should
Yes.
get
They
involved.
shouldn't be scared. They should
They
get
shouldn't be
involved.
scared.
Yes, get involved. Go into it.
Okay.
Go into it. Like any other business, there are challenges, but they can be overcome. Yes. So this is no different. Yes. They can be overcome. Go into it and then start and see how you can manage yourself. Yes. That's it.
Good.
Yes.
Good.
That's it.
Well, that's where we draw the curtain.
Thank you very much.
And I believe that people out there, our viewers, have learned one or two things. Actually, I have a friend in Europe who is trying to set up a large-scale fish farming. Who will have benefited from this.
Okay.
I want to thank you very much
It's a
for
pleasure.
being in our
It's a
studios.
pleasure. Thank you very much.
Yes, the program has been Prime Movers, and our guest, Professor Oisoje Nwangboje, the son of the great and legendary Professor Solomon Nwangboje. By the way, he's the Assistant Dean, Faculty of Greek, and we want to say thank you very much to you.
Very much. Thank you. It's a pleasure. Thank you so much.
Thank
It's a pleasure.
you.
It's a pleasure.
Thank
Thank
you.
you so much.
Yes.
Thank you.
My name is Emmanuel Egariba. I'd love to see you again. The program Prime Movers. All my love and prayers. Bye-bye.